How's it going, guys? I know I said my schedule was gonna be fine, and then I literally just had the perfect storm over the past 2 days of like, oh, nope, you are not gonna get by your computer and upload anything because my keyboard broke, and then my mom was in town, and then a bunch of stuff lined up. It was just like, I'm just not gonna do anything for the next 2 days, and that's what happened. But I got plenty of material, so we're just probably gonna do weekend uploads and then try to shift into a regular schedule, that kind of thing. And I should be good from there, no promises, but we'll see what happens. For now, I do have a regular black and white match because I've been saving it for a while. It's against a guy by the name of Yowzaish, and I'm using the one team with the rain and the stuff. It mostly has the Jinx and the Scarf Zapdos and the Gyarados and the Ferrothorn and then the Politoad, and then I don't know, I was like, maybe let's put Donphan instead of Tentacle because I don't like the amount of water types I have for Rapid Spinners and that kind of shit, and we'll be good to go. So he's gonna go ahead and lead off with Infernape. I'm gonna go ahead and lead off with said Donphan because I do want to get my hazards up as soon as possible. He decides to go into his Virizion as I set up the Stealth Rock's most important move of the goddamn game. And I got sturdy, but I still don't really want to stay in for any reason whatsoever. So I'm like, I'm just going to go out into Zapdos because I resist the grass move and the fighting move, whatever he wants to go for. But he ends up like setting up really early and going for the Calm Mind. Like, in like 8 out of 10 situations, this really doesn't work out. Like, it shouldn't work out at all. But I am going to reveal that I'm Scarfed right now and decide to go for the Heat Wave. After the Calm Mind, it really doesn't do that much. And I have Heat Wave. You're probably asking, why do you have Heat Wave on a rain team? Because Weather Wars, you know, they like to change the weather, that kind of thing. Sand teams like to run Steel types. You know, if the T-Tar comes in and then you don't have your Politoad for whatever reason, you can use Heat Wave reliably again. I used to be running T-Bolt and Volt Switch, or no, T-Bolt and U-Turn, I think. Maybe I'm running that? I don't know. I don't know if I've changed this thing, but for now I'm going to keep Heat Wave on it, and I'm going to see how that works out. But now that he knows that I'm Scarfed, he's going to go ahead and switch out and do Haxorus as I go for the Heat Wave. It is not going to do a whole hell of a lot. I decided to get out of there, decided to go into my Ferrothorn, and I've never used a Ferrothorn this effectively before this game. This thing, like, I don't want to say it was MVP, but to say it muscled through his team and did what the fuck it was supposed to is a complete understatement. Because first off, oh, dude's locked in on Outrage, and he's gonna be taking iron barbs damage, that kind of thing, and I'm taking him really good. So it's like, okay, I can just stay in, go for Leech Seed, that kind of thing. And I think he got the 3-turner on that one too. So I get some Leech Seed, I get some iron barbs, and I get an extra turn to do stuff. I don't remember if I protected on this turn. I was like, if I protect on the 3rd turn of a 3-turn Outreach, does it reset? And I think it's like if you protect on the set. No, I guess I didn't protect. I think that probably would have been the better play, but I wasn't sure how that worked because I know there's some kind of resetting thing going on, but I always forget when it is, so I'm hesitant to protect against Outragers because I don't remember the general rule of thumb for that. But I figure, what the fuck, I might as well get a layer of spikes up as opposed to just hesitating. So that, I guess that kind of benefits me. And I'm at a decent amount of HP, but honestly, like, I'm at like half. And I don't want to stay in against Tornadoes because it's like, okay, I'll just switch out and I can maybe use this thing for later. So I'm going to protect, get a little bit of lefties up. Decide to see what he wants to. This would have been really bad if he went for a sub and then he started bulking up. Because I see Acrobatics and I'm like, I got to do something like now. But he goes for the Flight Gem boosted Acrobatics as opposed to anything else. I think I decided to go for the Leech Seed on this turn. I don't remember, but I live it. And that's super awesome. But I guess I go for T-Wave, so that's kind of cool. He does something weird here because he's got Acrobatics and he's got Tailwind, which is like, why are you going for Tailwind right now? Because you can see he goes first and he gets paralyzed. I thought he was going to go for the taunt, which is why, actually, I don't know. That would have been bad for this thing, but at the same time, it's like, I don't really know what else that Tornadoes is going to do now that it's paralyzed. He gets paralyzed a couple of times in a row, which is actually going to be my, my moment of opportunity here to get a Leech Seed up, try to get back up to full HP. While he's sitting in here trying to set up a Tailwind, it's like, Tailwind is kind of a circumstantial move. I can see why it works in VGCs because you have 2 pokes to act on it, but like in singles, it's like you get 3 turns, which is like the turn of the poke that's using it, the turn to switch out, and then the next poke that comes in immediately after that, you get 1 turn of action. And it's just kind of silly to me. I don't know, but I got the Leech Seed and the stuff. I didn't know what moments to speed it up, but I figure I'm just gonna talk in the whole game. So here he is. He's still doing this, and I'm like, why are you not switching out yet? I'm sorry for not speeding this up. I was just too lazy to go through and edit everything. But as you can see, it's all just Leech Seed stuff. Like, this thing doesn't have any attacking moves. It's got Protect, Leech Seed, T-Wave, and Spikes. So those of you in my Ubers games that were wondering, hey, why did you set up Stealth Rex? I don't have it. So that's a different one. I might make like a third and a fourth one. I've only got 2 Ferrothorns, so gotta switch some shit around. But he goes for an Acrobatics, gets a crit on the switch. While that is kind of a pain in the ass, I do have Leech Seed up, so whatever, I don't really mind that much. And he's paralyzed, so it's not like he's going to be able to outspeed this Politoed anytime soon. But I decide to switch out, go into my Zapdos, because if he's going to go for an Acrobatics, then he won't do that much, and I'll get some Leech Seed back. So, and I'll also have like the general Scarf initiative, that kind of thing, just to be free to pick my next move. But I thought he was gonna die from Leech Seed on this next turn. That was my mindset. So his Tailwind peters out, and then he gets priority on the Tailwind again, which actually kind of works out better because he doesn't have to switch out to you know, to waste a turn, because he just ends up dying here. So that was actually a pretty damn good play on his behalf. I don't know what other move he would have done, to be honest, but whatever. And then he, like, ruins a completely good play by going into Blissey. It's like, Tailwinded Blissey, what the fuck is it going to do against the Scarf Zapdos? And thanks to all the hazards I set up with the Stealth Rocks on Donphan and the Spikes on Ferrothorn, that thing takes a lot coming in. But I know Blissey can't really do a whole hell of a lot to Ferrothorn, and I'm like, Leech Seed, that sounds like a pretty good idea on a Blissey, so bring it in. And do you remember how I was at like 20 HP and I was really close to dying, and now I'm at like green HP? And watch how much I get back from Leech Seed on a Blissey, and I don't understand why he stayed in an Ice Beam, because honestly that's not going to work out for Blissey. But Leech Seed off of a Blissey I think is going to bring me back up like almost all the way back. No, well, yeah, after lefties that is basically all the way up. That was 90 HP. Oh my fuck. But Scizor is going to come in because I guess this is his answer to it, and I'm going to go ahead and make a double switch. I was like, you know what, I'm going to set up on Jinx, set up a shit ton of Calm Minds, no, it's not set up on Jinx, set up on Blissey with Jinx, and then he double switches out on the same turn. I was like, nope, this is fucking all aboard the Nope train to fuck that shitville. Decide to get out of here, because I don't want to take a bullet punch. He predicts my switch very nicely, though, and decides to go for a Sword Stance as I bring back in Ferrothorn. I was like, okay, if he's got Sword Stance and Superpower, that's actually going to be really fucking bad. But the best thing I can do is, like, Leech Seed and then Protect and stuff like that, and just kind of go from here. But he keeps setting up, and this is kind of scaring me, because I don't know what else he has. I mean, if he gets up to +4 and then goes for Superpower, okay, I get it. And I miss a Leech Seed right here, which out of all the moments to miss a Leech Seed in the game, this is probably the one that scared me the most. Like, I felt my stomach, like, drop all the way down into my feet. It was that bad. But he gets up to +6, and I got the Leech Seed going on, and I'm at full HP, so I'm like, okay, I think this thing is physically defensive. I'm not saying I can take a Superpower, but I'm going to try to stall out a little bit with Protect, see if that works, scout out the rest of his set. And he has X-Scissor for some reason. And I asked him, why do you have X-Scissor when Bug Bite works out a lot better? And he's like, I don't remember his reasoning for it, but I think this battle basically taught him that after +6 with the X-Scissor, I live with 4, and that's just like, this is why you run Bug Bite. You don't think that extra base power is going to end up mattering, but honestly, like, a difference in animation can bite you in the ass big time, because this Ferrothorn is still alive. I get to Protect on the next turn and get the rest of his HP back from Leech Seed, and don't fucking say it. I know you're thinking it, don't say it, but he goes for Bullet Punch as I go for Protect, and all of a sudden this Ferrothorn took a +6 X-Scissor. If he had Superpower, that would have been fantastic, but I understand why you want to run a Dual Stab. I run it on, I think, one of my Scizors, so hey, that works out sometimes, just not this time. Run Bug Bite, that's why that shit happens. Okay, now this Infernape messed me up, because I was like, okay, I'm going to go into Politoed to take the predicted fire move or death fodder if he wants to go for a fighting move, that kind of thing. I don't know yet, but he goes for a fire punch, gets a burn. I was like, I don't really care because this thing's going to be death fodder. But I make a mistake here because I don't see an item on him. So right off the bat, I assumed, okay, Politoed took that damn well because, you know, the rain's up and I'm physically defensive. But it still did a decent amount because he's Choice Banded. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go out in a Gyarados to take this. If you want to get another burn, I have a Lumberry. Motherfucker switches it up to Thunder Punch. I didn't even think about that. I was like, okay, I saw Fire Punch. He's probably going to be Choice Banded, Iron Fisted. And then my Gyarados just ends up dying straight out to a Thunder Punch because, man, fuck. And then I bring in Zapdos. So I was like, okay, I can take a fighting move and I'll be good to go. And I completely forgot that Blissey set up fucking Stealth Rocks. That's me, like, face palming, face hitting my microphone, because that was really, really stupid of me. So now I've lost 2 pokes in 2 turns. I do still have my Donphan though. I'm not at full HP, but I guess he assumes, you know, the whole max defense kind of thing. And he brings in his Blissey, as I'm assuming is death fodder, because, you know, after the Stealth Rocks and the Spikes, it is going to die to an Earthquake. And then he's got, I think he's got Virizion, which is gonna die to entry hazards. And now that, you know, I've actually taken the turn to stay in here to kill something off and just be in here for 1 turn, I've actually got my Sturdy back up again. So brings in Virizion, and this thing dies to Stealth Rocks and Spikes. So Ferrothorn was actually a really big help in this game. He could have switched in Virizion a lot during this game, but it would have ended up taking that entry hazards, you know, a lot sooner, and then it just wouldn't have been here at the end of the game. Could have turned out differently, I guess, the flow of the game. But he's going to go for an Earthquake just because the fire damage is reduced in the rain, and then Thunder Punch didn't do shit, and then he's got Mach Punch and that kind of thing. But Earthquake doesn't do a whole hell of a lot, and I just take him out with my own Earthquake, which is Stab and that kind of thing. So that's the game. Jinx fails me yet again, but the rest of the team, you know, it kind of worked out pretty good. I'm getting kind of fond of Rain lately. I don't use it too often, and I kind of see why people use it now. So I might go through like this little Rain phase on my channel, like really late, like fucking discovering a band like 5 years after it was on the radio, that kind of thing. But that's the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you are welcome to leave a like rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. By the time you're watching this, I will probably end up be streaming kind of thing. What the fuck happened to my sense? I'm gonna be streaming later tonight, and then probably uploading tomorrow to make up for the fact that I didn't upload on Thursday or Friday. Plus, I'll probably have material from the stream and stuff, so that's a plus. That's a thing that we can work with. Anyways, that'll do it for today's game. Hope you guys enjoyed it once again, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Later.